Welcome to this video introduced to you by the eTIR Secretariat. In this video, we will see how to proceed with multiple loading points in the departing customs territory. Note that this video will refer to accept guarantee, start, terminate and discharge of operation, as well as to record declaration. However, it will not go in details on those topics, as dedicated videos are available and should have been watched before this one. If you need a reminder, please watch those videos. We are now in the situation of the customs officer at the customs office of departure in the departing country of eTIR transport. Let's start by searching for the guarantee ID provided by the driver of the eTIR carnet holder, and see that we are immediately redirected to the corresponding eTIR transport summary screen. In this one, we can see that this transport is to be started locally, and that the current guarantee status is issued. We are in the customs office of the first operation. That will end at the customs office of the second loading point, both in the territory of Georgia. If we extend the operations section, we can see that there are two operations in Georgia. From the custom office of the first loading point to the customs of the second loading point, and a second operation from the customs office of the second loading point to the custom office of exit. In the eTIR transport section, see both the advanced eTIR data that is pending processing, and that we already have received the advance amendment data related to the second consignment to be loaded at the second loading point, to be unloading in Azerbaijan. When ready, click on the Start button of the first operation. The Start wizard will open to proceed. This one will contain 4 steps, including the first 2 prerequisites: accept guarantee and record declaration, but also an extra one related to the advance amendment data. Let's accept the guarantee. And assume that the cargo presented corresponds to the advanced eTIR data. Let's record the declaration by pressing the button Record Declaration. Once the initial advanced eTIR data processed and the declaration recorded, the next step will propose to accept the advance amendment data. Note that so long as there are advance amendment data pending processing, you will always be proposed to accept them. Now we know that this extra consignment is supposed to be loaded in a different place than our current custom office, as it is supposed to be loaded in the customs office of the second loading point in Tbilisi. As this is not our active customs office, select Do Not Accept and proceed. Press Submit to access the Start form. We can now proceed with the first start operation by typing in the operation ID and adding remarks if necessary, and by recording the custom seals affixed to the transport equipment. Once done, click on the Start Operation button. When the start has been completed, you will see a success message in a green box at the top that this transport is now in country, and that the guarantee is now in use. Observe that the first operation is started, and that is to be terminated in the next custom office. In the TIR transport data section, see that there is now the declaration that the advanced TIR data is no longer to be processed, but that the advance amendment data is still pending processing. And that is to be done by the next custom office. Before leaving, do not forget to generate the accompanying documents, as this one is required for the driver to start. Once generated, print it and hand it over to the driver. We are now in the customs office of the second loading point at the Tbilisi Technology Park, as the driver is showing up and providing the guarantee ID to proceed with his second consignment loading. Let's search the guarantee ID provided by the driver and see that we are immediately redirected to the corresponding TIR transport summary screen. As a custom officer of the second customs office, I can see that the transport has started with one consignment, and that a second one is to be loaded at my customs office. I can check the detail of this consignment and check that the goods presented are correct and ready to be loaded. Once everything confirmed as an order, the first operation can be terminated. On the first operation, click on the Terminate button. In the Terminate operation form, ensure that no packages have been unloaded by leaving it to 0, and that the termination type in this case is partial loading, as you're terminating this operation to load goods. Note that the customs seals remain the same up until this point, as they will be broken only when loading the goods. Now click on the Terminate Operation button. Unless there are reserves, you can also discharge this operation at the same time. Click on the Discharge button. Confirm your custom office and confirm the discharge of this operation. The guarantee is now discharged for the first operation. Let's see how to proceed with the second consignment loading, as the goods are ready to load. On the second operation, click on the Start button. See the advance amendment data pending processing. This one describes the goods to be loaded. See that clicking on the Show Detail button of the current value, you are displayed the current declaration. And that the amendment information can be seen by clicking on the Show Detail button of the new value. Check that the information is correct. If everything is in order, close it, then select Accept the amendment. And click on the Submit button to record the declaration amendment and proceed. In the Start Operation form, type in the operation ID. And add any relevant remarks in the dedicated field. However, as the transport equipment has been opened and the original customs seals broken, we need to update the seals information and type in the replacing ones type and number. To do so, click on the edit icon next to the seal entry and update the information. When all the information has been filled in, click on the Start Operation button. When the start has been completed, you will see a success message in a green box at the top that the itinerary section has been updated, reflecting the added second consignment, leaving from Georgia, from a different custom office than the first one. See in the operation section that the first one has been fully terminated and discharged, and that the second one has been started. It will be terminated at the custom office of the exit of Georgia. In the TIR operation section, note that the declaration tab has now two subtabs, describing the original and amended declarations. Also note that all subsequent countries have been notified of the amended declaration, as well as the start operation and of the change of customs seals. As the declaration has been amended, don't forget to annotate, sign and stamp the accompanying document that was handed over at the first customs office, and to return the document to the TIR carnet holder driver. We hope you found this video helpful and that it will help you in processing multiple loadings in the country of departure of a TIR transport in the future.